Hey, what's going on? This is BMT, and yeah, happy Mother's Day to some of y'all. Hold on, I gotta go get out the talking point. Happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. This is gonna be an open panel. I will not tolerate any kind of blatant disrespect. That's from either side. If you are, you will be kicked out of this thing. You can have a dialogue in the chat, but this won't be no attacking. If you get caught attacking, you will be removed from the chat for a week. We have to make some strict mandates because some of y'all be doing the most, and I won't tolerate a lot of that. But I wanted to have this conversation on that of the merit of, you know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Okay, turn that off. I get cold easily. Um, it's been a lot of stuff going on YouTube on both sides, and I want to have the discussion uh, today. It's Mother's Day, and sometimes certain talks are painful because you want to know why, you know, and when you start asking certain stuff, and your mama tells you, "I did the best I could." Some people do not want to receive that. You know, some of us were born early, ahead of what was actually expected of us. Some of us were made through conceptual love. Some of us were made through certain unfortunate events. Be that it may, we're here. And I will start off and say, I was, was I planned? My mom and dad, yeah, my mom and dad were married. My mom and dad, they were married when they made me. They were. And when they did what they did, um, you know, I don't have and will not hold anything on or against my mother because, what I'm saying, she's my mother. She's a human being, and I love her. She did the best she could. She raised four fine human beings, good men and women of God. We have our goods and our bads and our shortcomings, and we don't always agree. And we've argued and we fought, we laughed, we shed tears. I took my fair share of lickings and whoopings from my mama. And I've had times where I've seen her sacrifice. Oh, yes, sacrifice for her child. Stay up countless nights, getting off from a shift, and, do the best she can. My daddy wasn't always there, and it's hard. I'm not saying that I some things are out of our hand as children. And I hear a lot of Monday night quarterbacking. Some girls, they had the children, they didn't know what they were getting into. And we can keep on, they should have known better, they should have known better, they should have known better. And it comes down to a lot of stuff. I can't say, because I guess now that I'm looking at it for me as a parent now. And I sat down and talked to my children's mother. And I said, Mimi, did you know what you know now or think it was going to be how you think it was? She said, I couldn't predict not a damn thing. Not a damn thing, Joe. But I did the best I could. And I told her, I said, thank you. Both grandmothers on of our sides have the most grandchildren. One has up to, what was it, 15? Another one has 18. I mean, no, 20 individuals. And these women have made their decision and their mistakes, and they tried. And I know this is not a popular discussion. Like, we hear a lot about sexual market, gang, the worst enemies of the community or communita, and all that stuff. And I don't, and I will not run around saying that. To call my mama an enemy would mean to say that I was born an infidel. I was born an infidel. And I find it interesting that I hear children say these things about their own mother. And I say, my God, did you hate her that much? Did you truly hate her that much? Like, did she not hug you? Were you not loved? And yes, there are some children who are not loved, who know that their mama did not want them. I think that is the most cruelest, inhumane thing, is to know that the person that brought you into this world did not love you. And I think that hurts more than anything. And my heart goes out to them children, those men and women, and those boys and girls that do not have or have never felt the warmth or love of a mother. That is a very harsh environment. That is a very harsh environment. No child should go through that, but we do. Some have been abused, used as bargaining tools. Some are not. Some are objectified, and that is not right. But we do have it where some women will sacrifice it all and die for their child. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen some women. I've seen some women. Good morning. Good morning, Brownie. Happy Mother's Day. Why don't we ever talk about the mothers that go to the school and bust their ass to put clothes and shoes on their churn back with no help from their man? Why don't we ever talk about the women? But I see a lot of these children walking around with some very nice clothing. I see some girls walking around, some babies, some girls. And when I call them babies, I'm talking about from 19 on down, their hair done. Heck, some of them even had their nails done. But their mama said, I didn't have this, but I want you to have what I couldn't have. I've heard my kid's mama say that. I've heard a lot of mothers say, I couldn't have it. I want my child to have it. My child deserves the world. He's my king. He's my prince. And some of y'all don't like hearing a woman praise or put a lot of emphasis.
Are you able to ride a bike?
Not wearing that. We want a happily ever after fairy tale, but it's not always like that. It hasn't always been like that. My mom went into a depression when her mama died. And she still had to raise 4 children by herself. My daddy was incarcerated. And in that time, I watched, I didn't understand, but I watched the things that she went through. We had to locate down south. Because originally we were staying with my grandma. And some kids got relocated to another mother, whether it been an auntie or a sister or a friend that said, girl, you crashing and burning. I think there's a lot of critical critique about mothers. And some of them, you gotta understand, the pieces aren't being passed on. Like it's like if you think that the fatherhood pieces aren't being passed on properly, but you can listen to just the men. How do you think it's going on the other side of the fence for the mothers? I used to have and feel like, why didn't I get or have certain things or access? And then one day I said, how could I really complain? I had a Super Nintendo. I had a TV. I had clothes. We had cable. We had a running vehicle. We had a lot of things. And I said, Mommy, thank you. I know a lot of kids that didn't have that. And a lot of people are not born the same or equal. It's the haves and have-nots. But we never go behind and ask ourselves, what did this young girl, what was she thinking? And I understand now we're in an era where some women are now afraid to go through that metamorphosis of motherhood, because they're like, I don't think I'm built for that. They'll tell that to Brownie, like, Brownie, I'm not built for that like you are. I barely have enough for me. We talk about it like women should go back and go be mothers, but you gotta ask yourself the question: how many people have the proper tools in the toolbox? I listen to people talk about this parenting thing like it's easy. You know, sometimes I call my mama about my child. What do I do about this? What do I do about that? And I don't care. Y'all can't shame me, but first of all, some of y'all don't even take time with your children. It's not easy. You can't shame these women into going to be mothers now. Like a lot of the other mothers, a lot of the mothers that in my time that I saw from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the O's, they put up and swallowed and tolerated a lot. Whether that man was there or not. And see, a lot of people say, well, they had the system. The system can't hold you at night. System can't talk to you at night. System can't support you like you think you can. And you see, you're hearing from the unaccountable mouths of babes that know nothing of the world. Y'all know nothing. You are no more than a fleeting moth floating around in the flame. Speak ignorantly. I get it. Some of your mamas, they crack, but she's still your mama. Some of y'all mamas, they weren't great people. And I watch y'all get up on a panel or get up on shows and talk about your mama. Y'all call them whores. Y'all call them stupid. Y'all call them X, Y, and Z, y'all. But I said, Jesus Christ, like, have you no decorum as a human being? You would openly bash your own mother for that of the enjoyment and views of other people? Have some shame. Have some type of dip of shame. I will never get on social media to bash my mother for that of the talking points of dogs. Still my mama. And see, when I talk like that, a lot of y'all say, well, here you go, BMT, simping for the matriarchy. And I'm like, well, hold up. If the matriarchy was so strong, then how do you define me as a man? I know a lot of men that grew up in a household full of women, and they are very, very masculine. They're very sure of themselves. I say what I say out of confidence, out of prestige of experience. I think that was something even I started understanding too, bro. See, Brownie, that's something that's why I rock with you. See, it's easy to Monday night quarterback that individual because you're looking out the glasses, the goggles, and you're not them. I can't believe these women are going down there to go get food stamps and go to the system. Well, Negro, first of all, do y'all know what groceries cost? to feed, like especially if you have a growing boy. You just bought eggs, milk. You just bought a pack, 2 or 3 packs of meat, and you bought some rice, some stuff. Listen, man, that stuff goes up really quickly. And if you're only making $800 to $900 or probably $1,000, yo, and that's not. And just do your groceries alone. Well, she should have thought of what she thought of before she had them kids. Negro, who saw inflation coming? Who saw COVID coming? You mean to tell me somebody that is supposed to be foresighted and see the future of maybe these things are nothing's going to happen to me in my life? That's like telling 2 people that the person that I am connected to right now, I'm supposed to somehow get in a DeLorean and see everything that's going to happen down the road. I've heard people say, oh my God, I've heard women say they want their child to have good hair. Yes, Negro, I do want my kid to have good hair. Yes, parents do say that. I don't think some people understand the context of having to get a child. Listen, man, when hair is doggone hard and nappy, and listen, see, y'all, you know why? Because some people never sat in a chair or have to go do hair for goddamn 2 hours long. And that, imagine if you just have just one child's hair, that could be 2 hours. 2 hours. One of my daughter's hair takes about 2 to 3 hours. Just one. I have two. That's talking about after her getting off from work. If she got off from work for 8 hours, you're telling me she has to do hair that's going to be 2 hours. And y'all going to hear somebody going to say some stupid shit because they don't care. Some people don't care to think that some of these mothers are human. They don't care to think that maybe that she's human. You try doing things with your fingers for 2 hours long after you done worked, fatigued, got homework and trip. Well, how many men can braid hair? I like to know in my chat how many of y'all ever seen any daddies braid hair? I will wait, and that's not me bashing dads, but I don't know that many dads that can braid hair. So yeah, saying that I want my children to have good hair, oh my God, that's a firm colorism. And yes, it does happen. I understand there are certain numerals of things of judgment that are put on people. So I hear when people say, "Well, that's not a man thing," but it does happen. I am very happy, Brownie. See, but Mama Max, and that's true. When you go get the spritz spray, the conditioner, and see that's the thing. Get washing hair that takes time. But see, if Mama Max don't pass that information on, or if there's not any tangible connection to her and her daughter or her niece, and they pass on that information doesn't get passed on. What's going on, reaction? What's up, JJ? It takes a lot, man. Like I know, and see the thing, and this is not just something about just single mothers. This is about any type of woman that has had to take up a motherly role. I've had a lot of motherly roles that have influence in my life. See, one thing I understand that, but I hear a lot where a lot of people say, BMT, the black community is run as a matriarchy. And I said, how? How? Who are the queens? Where's their kingdom at? If that was the case, and this is why I always push against that matriarchy talk, because I always say, well, if that's the case, then why are they still dying? How are your subjects killing you the way they're killing you? If truly the matriarchy is that strong, why would she have to beg for assistance? Well, a royalty don't have to beg. It's just given to them. There's nothing given. See, and that's the thing about it, JJ. You and I understand, but we've been balanced for a long time. I don't have no smoke for somebody saying, hey, like, I know what a grocery bill. Listen, man, my grocery bill is 600, sometimes 700 a month. 600, 700. It's not easy. And I'm a man in the home. I'm in the home. Education and work. See, that's why I say I love the Monday night quarterbacking that I'm hearing women and men are saying about mothers. I always hear that. Well, you need to make time to go to school, and I get that. Now, here's a funny thing about it. When it comes to a lot of school functions, I predominantly see majority of the participation is women. I don't know what's going on with that, but I see majority of participation is with women. Huh? Sometimes we overlook, and I think about it when I think about the May Day event, the cooking events, and baking events. A lot of the school functions, Mama, for the most part, was always there. Mama, I gotta get my clothes done all right, but I got a function coming up. Lord have mercy. And I would watch my mama or different other women say, I don't know I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to just go pull a double. I'm gonna have to ask your daddy. I'm gonna have to ask your uncles. And I still gotta pay for daycare for your baby brother or sister. I've seen these things, man. I've observed these things, and they said, well, they shouldn't have pushed the man away. Some men, they participate. They have where some men are in the children's lives. No, they are there, but they're not there. Dropping money down and saying, I did my job parenting. That's not parenting. That's so true about it, Jake. See, it takes a village. And I know. I've had times with my mama, before school starts, she come pick up the kids and said, I'm taking them down there to go get some school clothes. School clothes is not cheap. Mm-mm-mm. School clothes is not cheap. Shout out to all the mothers that have been paying for school clothes, shoes. You don't want your. And I hear a lot of people say, "Well, why do them kids need them name brand shit? Why do they need that nice? What? Well, first of all, the mama probably don't want her kid looking jacked up. See, one thing y'all understand: kids can be cruel. Kids can be cruel. Huh? Kids can be cruel. Some of these women remember when they went to school and they didn't have much. Some of these women remember, damn, I remember I wanted nice pants. I wanted some K Swiss. I wanted some. I didn't have much clothes, so we had to keep washing clothes. Washing clothes costs money. Water bill, electric bill, some more. It's not easy. There are some women that, yeah, they go hard. I think we crack down. I think we come down very hard on a lot of mothers, and they're like, "Yo, I can't catch a break." I go by case scenario, case by case. I think we shine more light on the negativity of mothers than actually the positivity of what a lot of these mothers are doing. Hmm? Show me the channel with the fathers that are talking about their kids with autism. Show me the video with the men talking about their children that have special needs problems. Shout out to Rob B. Rob B has talked about that, but I believe she talked about her child that has certain needs that need to be met. And she's like, hey, not Rob B, one of Rob B's affiliates. And she has her husband in her life. And see, we do a lot of Monday night quarterbacking on. Well, if that woman truly wanted the best for child, she would have had the father in her life. Listen, I gotta be honest with y'all. You can't make a man want to father his kids. And I'm a father. Listen, I don't have it where I don't have it where listen, ain't no woman got to tell me to go down there to the school to go check on my kids. You know the problem is a lot of people feel some type of way when they hear a woman saying, "Hey, I had to toughen up. I had to be strong." Because I get it, y'all want it to. Y'all don't like it when a woman saying she's strong, which I get it. It has taken a different turn of a meaning. But they have to keep a mental fortitude. They have to keep a mental fortitude. Because see, some people can just say, man, F this job, I quit. Some people can't afford to say that. Well, these women are going out here and doing this and doing that and doing this. Okay, then don't deal with those type of women. But we do have it where there are men out there that are trying, you know, to literally make their baby mother or their mother, their child, or their wife make their life hell. And I'm not saying that these men, I'm not saying, well, you just painting men in a bad light. No, man. We have to ask the question. We have to ask the question, why is it that a lot of people, if they know how bad it was or is for that of the temperament of a broken home, then why is it that you're choosing or you're allowing some of these women to raise their kids by themselves? This is a fair question. This is not no slap. This is not no slap step. This. Well, the women knowing, yes, we get it. There are women that knowingly do it. Yes, I am not taking away from that. The women, they have their demons. They should be tried and judged accordingly. They should be. Shout out to Kelly Ray. Kelly raised her son by herself. Kelly will tell you. She told you. She said, I was not going to keep begging that man to help me with his child. And you know what's crazy about that? As kids get older, they start getting a resentful betterment towards that of the parenting mode. And you know what some boy, you start hearing some boys saying, "Hey, mama, fuck him." You'll hear some daughters like, "You know what, daddy, I love you, but you did mama wrong." And sometimes they get mad. And sometimes the woman, she so badly want companionship or some help, she start doing some stupid stuff, bringing the wrong people around her kids. Where Earl said he was going to do right by us. Earl didn't give a shit for y'all. And see, I've been there. I've been there. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I've been there. I've had men that have come into my life that said that they cared about my mama and us. They really didn't. All they just wanted was access to her. All they wanted was access to her. And you know what? That's and I'm gonna be honest. Because when I was growing up, I used to date single mothers. I used to date a lot of single mothers. Not to actually date them, just sleep with them. I used to sleep with single mothers, but I used to, but see, I would not really have holistically have it in my mind to actually want to build them up. I'm being honest, man. I got no, listen, man, I got demons and sins I got to carry. So I'm telling y'all, I'm on heart. So y'all can say, oh, BMT said that he used single mothers. Yes, I did. I was in an environment where men used my mama just to get access to her resources, her time. And so guess what? I did the same thing to other women. And so guess what? There started to become a psycho vitriol for motherhood. That's how Tupac felt, David. It's true. That's still his mama. Even though she did crack, that's still his mama. No matter what, there's still gonna be a mama. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that. Just like my daddy wasn't perfect, but he's still my daddy. And when Father Day come around, I'm going to talk about fathers, and I'm going to say, "Yo, shout out to all the daddies, myself included. We weren't always perfect. We weren't always the best, but guess what? We're still your daddy." And my dad even checked me when I got up in his face, started coming at him. He jacked me up. He said, "Boy, who the fuck you talking to? I'm your fucking daddy. You not my daddy. I made you, not the other way around." Same thing with my mama. I said some things to her. She slapped the shit out of my mouth, drew some blood. She said, "Don't you ever in your damn life think you gonna ever check me." That's what I'm trying to tell you. You ain't gonna check your mama. You're never gonna have that ability to really check your mama. You can say things to her, you can critique her, but honestly, can you really, as a child, check your mama? Can you really, as a child, check your mama? I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing my kids can do to ever check me. I made you. You didn't make me. I put you on this earth. I did X, Y, and Z. I washed you, clothed you, fed you, raised you, did X, Y, and Z for you. You can't check me. You can't. See, there are people who wish that they, to this day, right now, could talk to their mother. Whether she was good or bad, but when that woman is finally gone, when she finally closed her eyes, they said, damn it, I wish I could at least just talk to her. I know some dudes, they were not the best. And they really, I've watched them bawl in tears. As much shit as they talk to their about their mama, the minute that woman, thank you, David, thank you respectfully. The minute that man, I watched one dude, his mama wasn't the best person. And he said, I hope you die, bitch. Sure enough, he spoke that into the universe. Guess what happened? His mother, his mother had cancer. She's, guess what? When she was in that hospital and they said, hey, she's not coming out. She got, what, about a month left? That man stayed in that hospital, brushing her hair, reading to her, X, Y, and Z. And he said, and I said, I thought you didn't like your mama. He said, nigga, that's my mama, bro. That's my mama. Regardless, I don't give a fuck. That's my mama. And then he would watch as she would get worse and worse and worse and deteriorating. And as he watched his mother deteriorate, that man, I remember that man, um, he got to bring his the girl he was dating, he brought her child by to see his mother as well as the girl. They put together some money. And I remember he begged the hospital to ask could he take his mama out just to go drive around their old house, childhood house. He's like, she's too bad. She can't really make it. See, it's easy to pop and talk smoke about that person until when you start feeling the sands and the grains start to slip through your fingers of that person leaving. And you see, y'all just don't know how scary it can be. See, I argued with my mama one time, really badly, and then one time something happened. I got really, really scared. I must have drove 3 to 4 hours to get just to run to her house. And I checked, I ain't see no cars, no nothing. I literally searched around. Literally, she came back. I grabbed that little woman and I wrapped her in my arms and I said, Mommy, I am sorry. She said, why you? I said, Mommy, I just didn't hear from you. You were gone. I heard that something happened. She said, oh, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. She said, come on in the house and eat. Because that's my mama. And I get very emotional. And y'all can't shame me about my emotion, about how I feel, but it's how I feel about my mother. Because that's my mother. That's my flesh and blood. That is my point of connecting to this universe. That was my entryway into this world. And I get it. Some of y'all may not like her, like y'all mama, but y'all got some demons y'all might need to deal with. And understand, she got some things she need to deal with. But at the end of the day, you better understand, you can't erase blood. I know they got these doggone things. Yes, there are women out there that are jacked up, but that's still your flesh and blood. And see, that shit's gonna hit you deep when she's in the grave. When that woman is gone, that's just gonna hit you. Yes, there are some people their mother gave them away for adoption. Things happen. We have a generation of kids that the mothers were not ready. Circumstances happen. Thank you, Mama Max. Shout out to one of my YouTube mothers. That woman encourages me through and through. Time where I was not willing to keep doing this kind of work on YouTube, Mama Max will always silently throw me some words of encouragement. And see, sometimes people think that everything is always done through that of financial. Well, she didn't have this, she didn't have that. But I know a lot of women that didn't have that money, but they had that support for their child. They had that support for those around them. I know a lot of men that are incarcerated. If you would have asked them, hey, who put you here? Did your mama set you up to be in here? Nah, bro. I made this decision on my own, bro. My mama didn't do that. I know a lot of brothers. See, I went down. I used to go down there with my friend on his church ministries to talk to incarcerated brothers. He said, nobody. No, my mama didn't do that, bro. I made my own conscious decision. I don't know why. Like we give this hardcore rap sheet, and so you got to ask your question. You got to ask the question: why is it that some people do what they do? Now, other groups of people, because you'll hear people say, "Well, that woman was out to get her child's money." I look at other cultures, right? And let me just show you. Let me show you this. I look at other cultures when they start hitting their lick on generational wealth, they don't have no problem taking care of their mothers, of their grandma. Mama, I'm doing good. I got you. And I know a lot of people gonna say, well, shit, that's not my job to take care of my mom. The fuck you mean? That's your blood. As much things that I've done accumulated, I will be damned before I ever put the women in my life in a goddamn home to goddamn rot and stare out the window and say, damn, this is what I get now. No, you will die with your family around you, woman. You don't got a choice. You coming with us. You got four children. Listen, that is 28 bedrooms. You will be in one of them bedrooms. Damn that. That's not even non-negotiable. Not dare any of my siblings. You may hear me now. That is not negotiable. Mommy is coming with one of us. Mommy is coming with one of us. She will not ever be going into a hospice care. That is our and see. I hear people say, "Man, fuck that woman." You got to ask yourself, why would you ever want your mother to die alone? I get it. She got some problems. She got some demons, but you know what? Still your mama. And y'all gonna say, "Damn, BMT, this is a fucked up lesson you telling people." No, I'm telling people it's a fact of life. That is your mother. Honor that mother and thy father. That way, your days will be long upon the earth. Regardless of how you may feel, you will honor them. Y'all will honor the world. Y'all will cherish the world. Y'all will praise and kiss the ass of the world. But y'all don't have no type of love or respect for that of your mothers. Shit rough. Shit rough. I watch a lot of these women get online and start talking about mothers, man. And I'll be like, well, shit, who raised you? What are you on? You want some demon time? Yes, things do happen. Things do happen. We have seen some of these women that we have seen these women do some things of unaccountability. And yes, they should be brought to the forefront. I am not taken from that. I am 120% agreement. Accountability is what accountability needs to be. That literally you have to call it out. You have to let them know, hey man, what you doing is wrong. And yes, we are seeing where there are some people they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to be judged. Now I'm gonna say something. If you're doing bad parenting, I'm calling you out. I call you out. I don't have no problem doing that. You know what I'm saying? I understand you may have some issues with that man. Please don't take it out on that child. Don't take it out on that child. And you do have that where there are some women, they take it out on their child. Sad to say, they angry and they have vitriol and they take it out on their child. They take it out on their child, you know what I'm saying? But they understand that, hey, you know what? I ain't get no help. I gotta be responsible 24/7. And you know, so and I think the thing about it is that sucks. I want to give a special shout out to the women that I know that regardless of how hard it's getting, they held the line and still put the needs and the well-being of their children first, even before that of the man. And see, a lot of men don't like hearing it that a woman put her children before you. See, I hate when y'all niggas y'all getting y'all feelings when BMT. What kind of shit is that? I'm the man. Now I don't say I want to grab scriptures, but see, I'm gonna tell you right now, me as a man, I put the needs of my children before even that of my own woman. Oh, then y'all gonna grab the scriptures. No, because if my children need to eat, they will eat before she or I eat. If she is that of a woman of virtue, that woman will feed her children before she feeds a man. And see, a lot of y'all don't like hearing that. But that is how a woman is going to a well-meaning and balanced woman. She is going to feed her children first. Miss me with that goddamn woe is me color purple slavery shit. Any parent, any knowledgeable parent knows that they're going to feed their children first. Wash them up. Make sure that they're good. Feed the baby. Or what about me, the man? I'm working. Nigga, feeding and taking care of a family is work too. But see, I understand some of you bastards do not know the difference, men and women, of literally of what it means to say family first. I'm learning. I'm hearing y'all. Family first is family first. That doesn't mean she think anything less of us as men. She don't. She just like, I gotta feed the kids. If you want, you can help me speed up the process. Yeah, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with her. And see, that's the thing about it that some people have a problem with is hearing that. And see, you gotta understand, and I gotta be for real. Any man that gets mad that his woman is literally putting the children first, you gotta understand she has a bond with her children that the babies need first. I can't lie, me as a man, I don't have a problem with making sure that, hey, before we as the adults eat, our children will eat. Before we start talking about putting on nice shoes, clothes, nails, video game, car, all this other stupid shit, guess what? Listen, I rather see my kids get a good education. Y'all do that. Y'all dudes and women that's showing off all these little trinkets and shit, or look what I'm rolling in and all this stuff. I bet you if we would have asked, hey, so what was y'all relationship with y'all child? What was y'all relationship with y'all? How the family relationship with y'all is going? But see, anybody that I know that is actually tangibly involved with their family, listen, they're gonna put that of raising a child before that of I gotta have a certain type of car. That car payment is not gonna oversee that of the needs of the family. When I hear people talking about, well, it's all dream car, that dream car shit went down the tube when them babies popped up. Not saying you can't get it. Not saying you can't get it. It's just it's gonna happen a different process of a method. I put certain stuff aside because I had a family that needed. Understand me? I put certain stuff aside because I had my family needs first. Not all this black colorism shit y'all got going on. Y'all sound jokey as fuck to me. My concern was family first, and it always will be family first. No man or woman can supersede that of the cry of the family. You can never outcry them. You can never have a bigger want than them or a bigger need because that is the family. And the family needs always take precedence. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay, I think I talked for a minute. Let me go ahead and I'm going to. I think I need to drop the link. I need to drop the link. Dang, I talked for a whole hour. Mm-hmm. I don't know. A lot of people think I'm coming down or coming at them, but I'm not. I don't have no ill hate. I'm gonna hear some people on certain panels, you know, these bitches, this and that, and all that other stuff. And I be like, yo, man, like, speak for yourselves, boy. Speak for yourselves. I said, man, I ain't got these type of issues or these problems, man. You know, I don't. I just speaking on how I feel from my soul. You know, I love being a daddy, and I have nothing but love for mothers. But other than that, aside from that, I guess nobody coming up. It's fine by me. I did an hour. I think that's pretty good. And there's Mother's Day after all. I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.